The Tom London Show is brought to you by Suzuki Kyalami.
The Tom London Show.
Yeah, something like that. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-bow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How's it? Welcome to the show. I'm Tom London with you for the next hour on Facebook and YouTube Live. And we are alive, and for that, may we be truly thankful. I keep reminding myself of that every morning, especially at the moment. Just know so many people who are in trouble health-wise. And I haven't been in the best state the last 3 days or so. I was telling Alistair about it this morning. I was heaping my problems on him. And then I thought, how am I going to do this show with a smile? And then I WhatsApped Alistair to get him on the line. And this is what I saw, and it put a smile on my face. Oh, there he is, Farmer Brown out of Germiston.
They ain't so good. They taste so good. I don't know what the words are.
Don't forget to make it a double.
Don't forget to make it a double.
You see, you put a smile on my. You didn't even have to do anything. You just sat there. You got your outfit on. Is that how you normally dress, or is this a special occasion?
This is how I normally dress.
Are you serious? No,
I work in a woodworking shop. I've got to have protective clothing on.
Oh, and you're working with the wood and stuff. Well, that's big news today because we're going to be giving... Alistair's made a chess set, a beautiful chess set, which we were going to flog on the show, but he's decided he's going to give it away. So...
Well, to be honest, Tom...
All right, let's be honest.
I was approached by one of our people on the Tom London Show.
Yes.
With a suggestion that they would pay me for the chess set on the condition that I gave it away.
Isn't that nice?
Now, that is brilliant. That is fantastic.
3 cheers.
It just shows you the kind of people
right.
we have in our team.
There's something to be happy about. So today we'll be giving away the chess set that Alistair made. You made it in your workshop? What do you make it out of?
Yep.
Well, hold on. We'll show people this chess set in a moment because I've got a video of the chess set. So we'll show the chess set in just a moment, and I will tell you how you could be the proud owner of this chess set in just a while. We'll also get to your comments. Remember, this is an interactive show, which means if you're watching us live, comment. Put your comments in there. Put your questions, put your comments down below this video, and we'll get to them during the show. In fact, we'll get to the comments in just a moment. And we'll also be looking at Alistair's chess set, which we'll be giving away on the show today, after these words from Sips.
How's it, guys? This is Sips from Suzuki Rivonia. Today, I want to talk about why Suzuki customers are happy customers. Because your repayments are affordable, it frees up money for you. Those breakfast mimosas that you've been wanting to go for with your friends, that trip that you've been thinking about, your nails, your hair, all done. And because our Suzuki vehicles are so comfortable, they give you less stress on the road. Because of Suzuki's legendary low fuel consumption, that means you can go places. Go home, go see your friends, go somewhere new. So what are you waiting for? Join the Suzuki gang today. Come to Suzuki Rivonia and Suzuki Kyalami, the home of happy customers.
Yeah, you go talk to Sips or any one of the salespeople at Suzuki Rivonia or Suzuki Kyalami and tell them Tom sent you. Should we get to the comments? Well, I'm very pleased to say that someone has hit the like button. That person we like. We love you. Petro says, hi, Tom. Charmaine Ninaba says, good afternoon, friends. Important to have an attitude of gratitude. Heather Knickelbein says, hi, all glad to be here with you. Heather put a post on my page the other day going through a lot of hardship with her niece in serious trouble at the moment. It's just, and I saw the message when it came in, and I thought when I replied today, I'm going to be honest, for 2-3 days, I just didn't know what to write. I've been in a state I'll be honest with you, I've been in a state the last few days. I've got a dear friend who's fighting for his life in ICU. It's very stressful. Tonya's mom is in hospital at the moment. Mrs. Curry's in hospital for tests. So we're wishing her well. My friend is ill. I've got people calling me left, right, and center and can't get anything right in the hospitals. And it's just a desperate situation out there. And it's just, I mean, sometimes I feel overwhelmed. Not often, but this weekend I was overwhelmed. So I do what Scorpios do when they're overwhelmed. Go into my cave, a.k.a. my bedroom, and just sleep it off. So, yeah.
Well, on the good news front,
yeah.
My friend in Spain, who's been in hospital for the last 2-3 weeks, finally got to see some sunshine in the last couple of days.
Oh, that's fantastic.
His wife had him out in the parking lot in the wheelchair, just getting some sun. So he's starting to recover, and I'm very, very happy about that.
Good news. Whenever I think of all the hardship out there, or friends or people close to me who are affected by this kind of hardship, I just remember two things. One, thank God for waking up with your health today, if you've got your health, and then two, in times like this, if you are of faith, then you have to lean into faith. You have to have faith in something. Heather, I know Heather does. Heather, we're all with you. That's what I wanted to say. And on the show today, I really wanted to get the message out there that sometimes it gets lost in all the ha-ha and the fun we have and the topics. But really, what this place is, the Tom London Show, is a place for human beings to get together and just be kind to each other, because God knows we all need some kindness. Una Gaida says, hello, everybody. Love the outfit, Al. Hey, you're getting the compliments rolling in here, Alistair. Kaylee Morton says, is Alistair on another movie set? That's what I thought he put this outfit on to cheer me up, and then it turned out it's just his standard woodworking attire. Margaret Kaider's on board. Rosie Brown says hello, and there's the Rose. Rita Mormon says hi. You all love our Farmer Brown. He looks exactly like Farmer Brown from the old adverts. Next time you need a chicken under your arm.
They taste so good because they eat so good.
Right, he's practiced that line. Glenn says hi, Tom. Kale says hi, Tom and Alistair. Petro says, love the people that are arty-farty. That must be him. Mandy Wilson says, wonderful gesture. Nikki Hart says, shame, Tom, after your harsh ending to last week. Yeah, I just, I don't want to go on and on about it because I did for an hour and 9 minutes. But yeah, and looking at headlines today and looking at the news, I fear that as we get closer to elections, this country's gonna start its shaking that it normally does before an election. But I just I ain't got a good feeling about the next few months to a year in South Africa. I think we're going to see a lot of. I think problems is a polite word to use. Marlene Falkenberg says, hi everyone, hope you're well. Nikki Hart says, Al, you look great in your dungarees. Charmaine Ninova says, Tom, I was touched by your show on ENCA and the hour you shared with us on Tuesday. Thanks, Charmaine. I was invited back there tonight to discuss the question again, but I've politely declined. I think our government and our political leaders need to step in and talk. I want a Suzuki Jimny. Who's sponsoring me, says Una. I know. Margaret can sponsor you. Gaily Morton says, hi, Tom. Continue holding up your friend and yourself in daily prayer. Keep the faith. Our Lord will give you the strength sustaining you. I'm chatting to his kids at the moment. Little, they were little girls when I watched them grow up, and now they're these grown women. But to me, they're still, the kids. I'm in constant contact with the kids, and I've been to the hospital and gone to check him out. And he really is in a serious situation. So it's not easy when someone is in a really, really serious situation to keep spirits up, I suppose. So, yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep the spirits up, but keep the faith going is the point. Charmaine Ninaba says, Alistair looking like a real Farmer Brown. Tom, will they be loading the ENCA show on YouTube? I think it's up already. Tanya, prayers always for you and your mom. Yeah, could we have prayers for Mrs. Curry? She's undergoing tests at the moment to get to the bottom of her health problem. And everyone's worried. I think worry is the word that I would use today. I think my life has been filled with worry for the last 3 or 4 days. And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I never have nightmares. But this morning when I woke up, I woke up in the middle of a nightmare. I had this nightmare that my brother left and went overseas. It was a real nightmare. And then I woke up and I realized, damn it, my brother did leave and go overseas. Like a few years ago, the bugger. Stop cheering. It's not funny.
Oh, dear.
Praying for Deirdre and Tanya Curry.
Maybe we can join the Afrikaners.
No, you really got the right outfit to go farming in Idaho. Marlene Falkenberg says, Tanya, thinking of you and your mom. Tanya really doesn't need a lot of our love at the moment. I can tell you that. She needs a lot of our love. Margaret Guider, Tom, I'm really sorry to hear about the stress you put. You're in our prayers. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, most days I can handle it. Most days I can handle what I get coming at me. But I think just the ENCA thing on Friday where I saw so much anger. And then my friend who's not well, and we're worried about Mrs. Curry, and always worried about Jenna Lee. I'm going to get updates from Jennifer and Jimmy as often as I can. And, recovery is tough from a surgery like that. So, she's not up and running yet. And so we still worry about her. And so I think I've just had a lot of worry going on this weekend. And
is she supposed to be up and running already?
No. But the staples come out, and then you worry about whether the wound is looking okay and the drain holes are okay. And she's having trouble keeping food down, and you worry about that. And so I think you just have constant worries whenever someone you love is suffering with health problems. I think the worrying is what grinds you down.
You had your drain out and your staples out. There was a worry there a while.
Yeah, it took a month or two to get that right. There's always the little drain holes, man. Why are those silly little bloody drain holes? Charmaine Inaba says, Tom, so many people going through stuff. Am I right when because I could say that, and then 10% of the population's going through a hard time at the moment, and they'll all agree with me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe everything's okay, but just to me, it seems like we're at that time of the year, and we're at a time in this world where it's quite stressful and hard and tough. Life is just tough. I was feeling it this weekend. I felt it when I woke up this morning. I just felt life is tough. Life is so hard at the moment, says Charmaine. That's why we have to be grateful for where we are. We wake up with breath in our lungs, praying for all those who are going through tough times. Too true. Carol Hall's on board. Benita Harris says, hi, Tom and Alistair. Mandy says, I'm in bed with a migraine, should be sleeping, but too addicted to you, like the Farmer Brown show.
Mandy, love it.
Mandy, nothing that a strong painkiller can't fix, eh?
Napocot, darling, Napocot.
Is it? There we go. Listen to Dr. Brown. Looking good there, Alistair, says Glennis. Barbara Ann says, hi, all, thinking and praying for you all. Karen Eva's on board, says, hello, gang, sending hugs. Carol Hall, high unemployment rate on the go, Tom, just heard on the news. Yeah, I saw that 33% or so. I'm with Capitec on this one. They reckon it's closer to 10 and that the informal economy has not been properly counted. But yeah, unemployment of any kind, no good. No, Tom, stay away from the negativity. Margaret can't sponsor a church mouse for Una, says Margaret. Okay, she won't be sponsoring you that chimney. Gavin says, ditto, Tom. Sending prayers for your friend Tanya and Tanya's mom. That's nice to see. Gavin Langeveld on board. Nice to see Gavin here. South Africa's in trouble. Our business has so little work right now, almost feel unemployed.
Yeah. We need to support Gavin. I think we need to put a little group together and go and spend some time listening to Gavin playing some music.
Well, what we do is we find out where Gavin's going to be over the next few weeks. We pick a date, and then we all rock up there. How's that?
I think that's a splendid idea.
All right, you find out the different dates over, like, let's say that around month end when people have got the money to go out. Otherwise, I'm serious. I get in the Ubers with guys and I say, how's business? And they go, you're my first ride today. And it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Things are quiet out there.
Jeez.
Deborah says, washing dishes while listening. It's a treat being able to be here live. Usually listen after the fact. Hi, Deborah. Good to have you on board, and thanks for the message. Dawn Stelfox is on board. Who else is on board today? And people are pressing the like and the heart button, which is nice. Does it make any difference how many times we hit the like button? Do more hits help? Nah, not really. We hit it a couple of times.
They do have an algorithm that prevents people from hitting it too many times.
If you hit it like a machine gun, they put you in jail for a weekend. But there's also the like under the video, where it says like, comment, share, that like button also. That's the one that really helps. Oh, my word, Alistair, are you dressing up for an interview with Trump? Asks Mandy Wilson. Deserves a drum roll for that. Actually bought myself a crucifix this weekend for the first time in years, says Una. Hello, Tom and Alistair, says Cheryl. A lot is going on at the moment. Petro says, most things we worry about do not happen. Let's just believe it. We will see it. Dr. Dwayne Dyer. Thank you, Petro. Marlene Falcon, drum roll for Petro. Thank you.
Hey.
I have a friend that had a severe stroke and surgery. Hopefully she can get back to normal. She's paralyzed on the one side. Marlene, we pray for your friend. And love that idea. Let's support Gavin. Good evening from Oz, Australia. On board, says Gwen. And Vel Landau. The Landaus are on board. Okay, well, there we go. That's the start of the show. The big news today is that we're going to be giving a chessboard away that Alistair put together. And I wonder when we should do that. Should we do that around now, or should we wait a little while? What do you think, Alistair?
Let's build up the tension.
Build up the anticipation and the tension. Okay, all right. Yeah. All right, I won't play the video yet. We'll play it in a little while. You'll get to see Alistair's creation. You'll understand why he dresses in that outfit. Is to produce the handcrafted chess sets that he's busy making. Are you making one, or are you making more?
I've made the one. It takes a long time to put all that together, you know.
How long does it take to put a chess set together?
Well, the chess set is. I inherited that from a donation to the Salvation Army here in Kensington.
You inherited.
But the board.
Oh, the pieces.
The pieces, yeah.
Yeah.
The board itself took me about 3.5 weeks to make.
Oh,
because
wow.
every little board had to be glued to the other one. And then you had to make sure that the blocks were the right shape and they were the right size and they were the right color and
sounds complicated.
In the right place.
Yeah.
It's very complicated, yeah. And then, of course, once the board was there, is it level? No. How do we find a way to solve the level problem? So it ended up, I had to go out and get epoxy and mix that all up and lay that across the top.
Gee
and
whiz.
it's turned out beautifully. It's turned out beautifully.
Well, it's almost like a beauty. It's like Alistair's show and tell here today, because in a few minutes we'll put the video of Alistair's chess set on screen. And you can be the judge. You can decide whether it's something you love or whether he should go back to some other craft.
Go back to making rabbit hutches.
Oh, there we go, rabbit hutches. Look, we'll do that in a moment. You know what I wanted to ask? I wanted to ask, it's such a silly question, but it's been sitting in my head for about 2 hours. Like, when you're in the mood I'm in, where you're like, nah, you know, where you're like, nah, and I'm alone, there's no one here to cheer me up. I wish I had a dysfunctional, green-eyed monster living with me at this, but today only.
He's in the bedroom, Tom.
No, he's
in the bedroom.
And but I'm alone, and I'm here, and I'm thinking, what would cheer me up? Do you know what would cheer me up? And I may even get a guy on a scooter to bring them to me. Are those
pepperoni pizza?
No. And this is what I wanted to ask you, right? When you're feeling and only something food related can fix it. I don't know if you understand. Do you understand this, Alistair?
I know exactly what I.
Well, you're in a mood or whatever it is, but you know that if you have a XYZ, that's going to make you feel, it's comfort eating, sure. But what is it for you? I know what it is for me. For me, it is wafer sticks. Chocolate, those round... chocolate,
little skinny sticks with a chocolate on them.
Yeah, in them, from Woolworths. Got the chocolate. Yeah, these are big.
Not the salty sticks that are dipped in chocolate.
No. These are like round, hollow wafer sticks, and inside they inject chocolate. And I promise you, after 3 or 4 of those, my troubles melt as fast as the chocolate inside those wafer sticks.
It sounds like the two Ronnies when the guy was pretending to be an Arab coming looking in the delicatessen.
Yeah.
Looking for chocolatey mousse.
Okay.
Chocolatey mouse.
I don't know that episode. But yeah, I was just thinking, because I was sitting outside, and this morning I was like, what will make me feel better? I thought I'd sit in the sun. So I sat in the sun and like, nah, that's not working. What else would be? Some filter coffee. Yeah, let me make some filter coffee. Filter coffee. Yeah, that's not working. What will work? Coca-Cola. Okay, Coke. Nah, that's not working. And then I thought, no, man, it's those chocolate wafer sticks from Woolworths. Those will make me feel better.
You know what makes me feel better?
What will make you feel better?
Salty cracks loaded down with blue cheese.
Is that your go-to? I mean,
I love it.
if you're feeling really crappy, would that pick up your mood? Salty cracks with blue cheese.
Data blue cheese.
I think Daryl's into blue cheese as well.
Gorgonzola, I think it's called.
Okay, well.
Stinky cheese.
Yeah. Okay, so for you it's salty cracks and blue cheese. For me it's Woolworths wafer sticks. I want to hear what you have to say about. Maybe you don't do that. Maybe when you're feeling blah, you aren't a comfort eater and you go to gym or something. Put that in the comment section. But if you are like some of us, where you need something to pick you up, what's that item of food? What's that snack that does it for you? What's your guilty pleasure? I do so love a handyman, says Kirsty. Woo! I think that's directed at the Alistair. Gwen says, we love you, Tanya. We're thinking of you and your mom. I'm sure Tanya will see the program later on today. She's with her mom at the moment. We are with you, although some distance. And I think that's the other thing. Like while I was sitting there thinking of my wafer sticks that I'm going to organize later today, I was thinking, at least at 3 o'clock, I get to go on Facebook Live and YouTube and be with my friends. I thought, thank God for that. So you're right, Annette. Thank you. Mandy Wilson says, oh my word, for me, yes, it's always something sweet, chocolate or a pudding of some sorts. Yeah, preferably 2 or 3 puddings, like one of those little I keep bringing up Woolworths, but they've got the nicest sweets, like the little chocolate mousse things, and then one of those peppermint crisp tubs, and then some wafer sticks. That fixes most big problems, I've found.
My wife makes the most divine, multi-layered dessert pudding thing with caramel pudding, with
now you're making us jealous.
Cream, with custard, with caramel, caramel treat, that stuff from the condensed milk.
My goodness.
Butterscotch pudding.
My goodness.
And Maury biscuits.
Sounds all like heaven in a jar. Oh wow!
We had some the other day. I'm feeling it.
I see that. Did you say your wife or your ex-wife?
My ex-wife. I've only had one wife.
Okay, all right. Well, just asking. They are delicious, says Patricia, talking about the chocolate wafers. Bar One Chocolate cheers Gail Mortensen up. Let's see who gets cheered up by what here. Lynn says, hey guys from Ireland. Hello, Lynn. Margaret Guida says, I found that unless one hands your faith over completely, you will not be able to deal with all the problems thrown your way. I have learned this through very hard times in my life. Anita missed the start. Is Tanya okay? Tanya's okay. Her mom is in hospital for tests and trying to get to the bottom of the health problem she's got at the moment. Una Guida says, Zinger Wings. Good old KFC to the rescue. There's Zinger Wings and an Oreo crusher. If all else fails, get a bottle of tequila, says Una. The parties at Una's house. Marlene Falkenberg says Bar One chocolate. Really? Bar One? Does that fix a lot of problems? I agree with L. I love blue cheese, says Anita number 1. Chocolate, says Corin. Corin, you and me both. Mandy Wilson says salty cracks, cream cheese and sweet chili sauce. Definitely not moldy cheese.
That's a nice one too, yeah.
Okay, a big slab of Cadbury's whole nut sorted me out an hour ago. I feel much happier now, says Helen. Exactly. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes is a big slab of Cadbury's whole nut, and an hour later you're feeling fine. Helen, love that. Belinda Reed says...
The chocolate rush of note.
For sure. Belinda Reed says, hi, Tom. Being alone after the kids are grown up is different, though. My favorite snack is... Yeah, I know. I got a lot of sympathy for people who live alone. I live alone. And most of my life, I haven't. It's only the last... Really, the last 2 years of my life that I've lived alone. I've always lived with people, shared houses with people, had girlfriends, had my own places in relationship. But this is the first time, 2 years, that I've lived alone. And it's got its advantages, but loneliness is not one of them. My favorite snack is caramel popcorn, says Belinda, with jelly tots and M&Ms all mixed up and marshmallow mugging. Hold on. Popcorn, jelly tots and M&Ms in one bowl?
Cool. Lucky dip.
Hey, well, did you pick them out? Do you pick the M&Ms out first, or do you just grab a whole lot and mix it up? That has confused me. Deborah, I don't know. Hey? Caramel? Oh, okay, it's caramel popcorn. So it's just got a sweet twist to it. Okay, got it. Pop delivery address into my DM will pop up to Woolies, says Deborah.
She's got away with a slab of chocolate.
Oh, you have no idea. I'm tempted. Lynn Chocolate, says Cheryl Bertha. Chocolate, says Rosie Brown. Gail Mortensen says, I feel really miserable about something. First thing I pray. Works every time. My spirit is uplifted. Then eating a bar one chocolate bar. There we go. Elaine Bonnie says, I usually go to the gym. You see, I knew there'd be someone who says, I go to the gym and I burn it off. And there's Elaine Bonnie. She usually goes to the gym for a long swim if she's feeling out of sorts, or a decent piece of carrot cake or Cadbury's caramel chocolate bar. I'm telling you, these chocolate companies are making money off our bad moods. If we didn't have so much anxiety in this world, I don't think they'd sell half the chocolate they do by the looks of things. Mandy says Woolworths always gets it right. Well, we could debate this. I remember I was very interested in agriculture. For years, I thought I'd become a farmer until I realized how similar to gambling it is. And I remember a feature in one of the Farmers Weekly magazines that I was reading on all the berries that you buy in Woolworths and their spraying regimes, what they spray on them. And I decided I was never going to eat those blueberries again. But anyway, you stick to your belief and I'll stick to mine. What else we got here? Oh my God, if you want to lift to Woolworths, just ask Tom, says Una. So now what do? Someone wants to come here, someone wants to give me a lift to Woolworths. I think Una and I we're going to have to meet. Well, I don't know, why don't a couple of us meet for coffee one of these days? You make our days, hopefully we cheer your day. You make me happy. Just being here makes me happy. Thank you. Dawn says, I've been for a while now. Got tinnitus. Oh, tinnitus.
Ting, ting, ting in the ears.
Tinnitus is ringing in the ears. And whenever someone says I've got tinnitus, I kind of laugh. I'm trying to be sympathetic, but I think I've had tinnitus since I was born, since the doctors clucked me. I think they clucked my ear, and I think I was given tinnitus by the obstetrician at birth. I think they must have given me a clap to try and wake me up or something, and it gave me tinnitus. I've been hearing jingle bells and squeaks and alien signals in my head from the day I can remember. I'm like, in fact, for me, if the tinnitus stops for a minute, that's something to take notice of. I'm like, wow, it went quiet in here.
It probably could be the case. You might just be a medium and you're refusing to accept the voices that are coming into you.
No, it's tinnitus. I know exactly what tinnitus is. I've had it for decades and decades. And I've got used to it. It doesn't even bug me. I can sleep with wee in this ear and poop, poop, poop in that ear, and I go to sleep, no problem. But when you get it, if you haven't had it, and you get it for the first time, it is torture. It's like
listening to those Christmas Beatles.
Yes, a nightmare. I mean, if your whole life you've had perfect hearing, you haven't had tinnitus, and all of a sudden you get tinnitus, it can make people climb up the curtains. So Dawn went for a hearing test and was told she needs hearing.
What?
Dawn needs hearing aids. And listen, I'm laughing once again because it's something I went through. When I was 10 years old, I was deaf. I had massive inner ear infections and it wiped out my hearing. And I couldn't hear the teacher when her back was turned to me, so she thought I was a naughty student, and I was taken to a psychologist who said, yes, I was naughty. But then someone pointed out that perhaps the kid can't hear. Huh? And my mom took me to the Old People's Hearing Aid Center in Springs CBD, where everyone who went there was old. And I was the only 10-year-old sitting there to get my ears tested, and they tested my hearing, and they confirmed that I needed hearing aids. And
Did you get one of those, Tom, what was his name? Forrest Gump hearing aids where he had the strings down to a box in his chest and a pop?
No, because I thought, to hell with hearing aids. I am never going to Selcourt Primary School with hearing aids. I mean, there was a girl in my class who had her ears pinned back, and she heard about that for 6 months. Now what am I going to do when I rock up with my hearing aids? I thought I know. But anyway, they gave us... I refused to put them on. So they gave us these like Buddy Holly glasses with built-in hearing aid things. So they were like disguised. But it was the worst disguise ever because, I mean, worse than going to school with hearing aids would be to go to school with Buddy Holly glasses. So it was like a double whammy. And my mom and my dad, they were trying to get me to put these things on the whole night. I wouldn't hear of it. And then my siblings went to bed and my dad went to make some coffee in the kitchen. And my mom said, put those hearing aids on quickly. No one's here. No one will see. And I listened to her and I put them on and I switched them on and I heard the kettle boiling for the very first time in my life at 10 years old. And I realized, oh boy, I can't hear. So that's my litmus test now for hearing. If I can still hear the kettle boil, then I'm okay. But when the day comes that I can't hear that kettle boiling anymore, I'm going to the hearing aid center for hearing aids. But they're not a big deal anymore. I mean, if you've got hearing aids, now no one cares. Then they're small. They're not those big, like, hi-fis that you used to whee on you. Yeah.
The wires down to a box on your chest.
No, it's all a lot more stylish now. The quotes on the hearing aids are $54,000. No, man, Temu. I reckon if you go on to Temu, hey, and the Chinese applaud that. I reckon if you go on to Temu, you can get them for $540. Now going to an ENT for confirmation, feeling scatty with this buzzing in my ear. Dawn, I'm sorry you got that. I mean, you've got my sympathies. Yeah. I know what tinnitus is like. $54,000 for
We've got a backup buddy campaign just for that.
Hearing people are making bucks, eh? Margaret Guider says, I believe in you, Tom. Comfort eat all you want, but I know you can get through the hell you're going through. God will never. Thank you, Margaret. Cannelloni is Anita's go-to of choice. My go-to is popcorn, says Charmaine. Tom, pray after being together today with friends who care. Pray you'll feel encouraged. Thank you. A good bottle of red wine, says Nikki Hart, with a mix of savory snacks and music.
Now that I could
I put music on. Like this morning when I was trying to do my self-care in the sun, I put a Smokey LP on and I was playing music really loud. And then someone phoned me and asked me how I was, and I said I'm not feeling too great. I don't think they believed me because sounded like a party going on at my house, but I was trying to make myself feel better with music. Music normally does the trick. Hey? I agree, Nikki.
Music does.
Yeah, music.
Nicky's not the first one this week that's told me that.
Music's very soothing. Kirsty Jane Burter says, normally takes me a couple of tries to find what I want until I do. Not good for the figure. Join the club. I'm not a comfort eater. The show is my comfort place, says Karen. Gee, Karen, you are lucky. You are lucky. You are in the minority.
Did you make the hot button yet, Karen?
Yeah. Michelle Fillion wants to know, you look so cool today, Alistair. Outcheer us. Chocolate from Michelle and Janice. There we go. Dawnstyle Fox loves her dark chocolate. Chocoholics, says Petro. Get a Doberman, you will never feel alone again, says Una. Yeah, they scare me, Dobermans. A little bit. They look like they can nip. You know what the thing about a Doberman is? Well, there are a few dogs there are a few dogs I don't mess with, like Chihuahuas. Those things they're mental. Chihuahuas are, they're little, they can't kill you, but you put your hand near a Chihuahua, it's going to get bitten. They have horrible personalities.
Those little Chihuahuas are the starter motors for the Doberman.
Yeah. If there's a Chihuahua and a Doberman, you're absolutely right. So I don't mess with Chihuahuas. I do not mess with what are those other big black dogs?
Rottweilers?
Yeah, Rottweiler. That's the one I do.
I love Rottweilers.
Though I have seen Rottweilers lose their kop a few times in my life, enough to know that I don't go near a Rottweiler. A friend of mine asked me to house sit her house once, and I didn't even know she had dogs in the backyard. I knew she had This is a story. You want a story?
Here we go.
You want a story? Okay. Back in the day, picture the scene, 1992, somewhere around there. I'm 20 years old or thereabouts, and I've got a friend called Helen Latham in Springs. And every day I pop past the Lathams. They're like my second family. I think even when I was working on radio, before I'd come back from my show and I'd go visit the Lathams, and then I'd go home. And there was Mrs. Latham and Mr. Latham and the 3 kids. And there was a cat called Tiger in the house. This is my very first cat story in my life. And Tiger was this big beast looked like a lion of a cat. And Tiger ran the house, man. If Tiger went left, everyone went left. If Tiger went right, everyone went. Tiger had a chair. If Tiger got up, you all stood up. Tiger was large and in charge. Tiger was the CEO in that house.
Sure.
But Tiger was not trusted to go outside, because every time Tiger went outside, something went wrong. So the door was always closed, and if you went in and out, you had to be careful that the cat didn't go between your legs and duck out into cell court and get into a fight or something. So I knew about Tiger, and in the years that I visited them every day, I never knew they had Rottweilers in the backyard. Anyway, they asked me if I'd house sit the house, and I said, sure. And they said, please just make sure that Tiger doesn't go outside. And oh, by the way, you can feed the Rottweilers in the backyard by pouring the dog food out the kitchen window. Because I didn't know these dogs. I'd opened the door, they came attacking me. And I thought, okay, well, I can't be going out there. So I got the water out the window and the dog cubes out the window with these Rottweilers trying to bite my face off. But that's not the story. The story goes back to the cat. So the family go off on their first holiday for years, and I'm in charge of the house. I sort the Rottweilers out in the backyard, and I've got to go do my radio job in Hyde Park. So I leave at about 10 o'clock in the morning to go do that. And Tiger's mincing around the lounge, large and in charge. Everything's fine. Tiger's good. Got his cat food in the bowl. I'm doing a good job looking after the family's house. And it's raining that day, I must add. It's pouring down. So I think, let me go and get in my car and drive to Joburg. And as I open the door, the cat is like Super Cat, from behind the couch, through the door, gone into the garden.
Oh.
And I just heard the words, please don't let Tiger go outside, echo in my head while I chased this cat, and it jumped over the wall and gone. And now it's pouring down with rain. I'm sopping wet. I'm calling, Tiger, Tiger, Tiger. I'm ringing the next door neighbor's doorbell. They're not answering. I got to get to the station because I got a show coming up. Eventually, I leave a window open in one of the bedrooms, and I drive and go do my show. And I come back, and on the way back, I'm praying that nothing's happened to this cat. And I come into the house, and I can't find the cat. I go to the room that I left the window open on, and there's Tiger on the bed. And Tiger's ear is hanging off like a thread, like an ear thread. There's a big hole in the cat's head and another hole on the other side of the face, and the ear's hanging off. And I'm like, oh, man, I've been in charge of this situation, and now Tiger's in trouble. So off to the vet I went with Tiger and sewed his ear back on. And I spent 5 days rubbing betadine cream into a cat's head. And trying to work out what I was going to tell the family when they came home. And from that day on, and that was back in about 92, whenever people say, will you house sit my house? I'm like, no, not me, boss. Not me. I learned my lesson. But anyway.
Do you have a cat?
Yeah, no, nothing. Not a goldfish, not a living animal. I don't want to know about it. I don't want to be responsible. You come back, all of a sudden, something's wrong. The dog busted its leg. The goldfish has gone belly up. And maybe you've got a story like that. If you do, pop it in the comment section. But that cured me from house sitting. That honestly cured me from house sitting.
I'm quite happy to look after your house.
Yeah.
To make sure that people think that there's somebody living there.
Yeah, but not the animals.
But if there's animals involved, sorry.
Really tough. Uno tequila is a bad influence on you, says Margaret. On the other hand, what the blazes? This is starting to sound like a party. Biltong mixed with popcorn and Smarties. I wish there were still chocolate logs. I love them. Me too. Belinda Jones says, grab and eat. What's that, Alistair?
What happened to chocolate logs?
They discontinued chocolate logs. Good pint of Guinness, says Lynn. That sorts things out. Hi, guys. You make me happy, says Sharon Davis Hannibal. Shaman Ninaba says, my grandson adores carrot cake, the little addict. Petro says, bare feet on some real grass, it's for free, hey? Grounding. Grounding. Do you ground, Alistair? Do you walk into the garden and ground?
I try not to. I try to keep myself.
I met someone once that actually put like brass or copper coils into their tackies, like all the way through. So when you put your foot in, then your foot touched these things, and then on the other side of the tacky, it's like, wow, hope you don't stand on a live wire. Yeah.
You
take yourself out for a coffee, watch the pretty girls walk by if you're feeling lonely. Yeah. Pretoria's the right place for that.
Yeah.
Devon Valley Shopping Centre. You can hit.
Maybe
you can hit a luck, I suppose.
You just missed
Sharon says, I pray in tongues. It really uplifts me. I love my Milo. It goes down well, says Sharon. Al, you look like a perfect farmer in your dungarees and your shirt. A boer soek 'n vrou. Laugh. And there's laughter there. Hi guys, says Greg Norman. Hey, Greg's going for his eye op in a few days, isn't he? I mean, on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, Greg. Of course you were naughty, ear troubles or not. Yeah?
On Greg, did he get all the bucks in on the
I don't know if he's got all the way. I think he still needs, but the operation's scheduled anyway. Wendy Kutsia says, hello, Tom, Tanya, and Alistair, plus the troops. Elaine Barney says, I know the feeling about the cost for hearing aids. I've got to get new ones, and my audiologist quoted me on a similar figure. Scary how much they cost. $50,000 for hearing aids. Because they're fancy nowadays, hey. They don't just the old ones just amplify everything. And you'd walk around going, wee, but now they don't do that. They're small now.
Yeah, you mentioned Timu just now. I see that is an ad on Timu for one of these tiny little things that you put in your ear. It looks like a...
Yeah, how much?
What? 500 or 600 rand?
See, I told you, $500 on Timu. I've told you. They're ripping you off. Just go to Timu.
Then you've got to buy...
Yeah.
Then you've got to buy the batteries.
And spin the wheel. You've got to spin the wheel and buy 5 more things.
Another pair of shoes.
That's right.
A T-shirt.
Or if you're like me, you could be the proud owner of some ear wax removal instruments. These are my pride and joy, man. I love the Chinese.
That looks like James Bond's door opening.
Earwax doesn't stand a chance against that stuff. Temu. You look so cool, Alistair, says Michelle. To cheer us up is Chocolate, Michelle, and Janice. There we go. Michelle and Janice. I think they're in one message. They
stay together.
They're messaging together. Okay. Gail says, Margaret Guider ended our Lord is with Tom every step of the way. Thank you, Gail. Elaine Barney says, I had to have surgery to replace the stape bones in both my ears. That sounds like very delicate surgery, that, eh? Because the bones in your ears are they're the tiniest bones in your body. Surgery to replace the stape bones in both my ears, as I didn't realize I was going deaf. Best thing I heard after my first ear op was my nephew's voice. He was a toddler at the time. It's quite something when you What's that?
Look who's here.
Who's here?
Greg Norman.
Greg Norman, the golfer?
No. The painter.
Yeah, I know. I already said hello to him. About Backer Buddy, I made it, guys. Raised enough for my eye surgery. There we go. Nice, eh? There's some good news for us today. Well done, Greg. You deserve it. You deserve it, mate. And we can't wait to hear what the new eyes do for you. And my dad's had his eyes fixed when they told him they would never be able to. They did. And it's made a huge difference in his life. I'm sure the same is going to happen to you. Una says, I actually have a friend that is largely deaf and relies on hearing aids. His quote was over 100,000 Rand. He's put up a Backer Buddy. Expensive stuff. Wow, 100,000 bucks. Margaret says, music is a lifesaver when I'm done. Actually, she says musici, or in Italian, musici. But I think that's a typo. Music works for Dawn. Anita listens to LM Radio. Good music. They do. They got the best playlist.
Yeah,
That is fantastic, says Una. Greg Norman, hallelujah. I knew the monies would fill in, says Gail. Una's Doberman is a hush puppy in disguise. Well, back to Dobermans. The problem I got with Doberman, I like Dobermans. I like their temperament. But it's the front teeth on Dobermans.
They're like needles.
That front row. It looks like they can, not like a hop, but it looks like they can nip. They can give you a seriously sharp nip like that. That's what I'm scared of. That's the only thing. Our Doberman will lick you to death. Our miniature pin, on the other hand, will draw blood. That's the little ones.
That's the little one.
I dislike pit bulls. Don't ever want to see one again. There's a couple that walk up my road. They're strong. How do I put this? It's a girlfriend and boyfriend or husband and wife. They both they've got big bones and they're strong. I mean, you can see I wouldn't be able to go over and push either of them over. They are strong. And then they've each got a pit bull. Like, I think those huge pit bulls. And then they have chains. The dog is on a chain, and then the chain is linked to a harness, like a 4-point harness on them. And they walk like this.
Leaning backwards.
Leaning backwards while the dog drags them through Weltevreden Park, and each one of them's got a dog. First time I saw them coming around the corner, I ran up the driveway. And they assured me that the dogs were friendly. But I don't know. When you see a dog dragging a 100-kilogram guy down the road, you don't take your chances. That's my...
I'm wondering who goes for a walk with who.
No, I think the dogs chain the humans up and say it's time to go for a walk now.
Go for a walk.
See, with those animals let go, you don't want to be anywhere near. Rottweiler, I knew someone would say this. There would be a Rottweiler defender in the room. Rottweilers are awesome, depends how they are treated. Yeah, but I remember when I had a mobile disco playing at a 21st birthday party, and there was 2 Rottweilers, and the owners came up to me and said, this one Rottweiler has the tendency to just lose it every now and then, but if it loses it, just throw some water at it. So I kept a beer mug of water with me the whole afternoon. And whenever the dog came around and went bleh, like that, I just sprinkle some water and we go, oh, and it would duck. And that's when I realized that Rottweiler had a mental problem. And it was only 2 hours later that it jumped a 6-foot fence and grabbed some guy walking down the road. He climbed up a tree, and this Rottweiler went up the tree, man, and it grabbed this guy and pulled him down and mauled him.
Big, heavy dog.
Mauled him. And it took 10 people to get the dog off this guy. And from that day on, I'm like, do not trust them. I love a bar one. Bar ones are featured big time today, hey?
Yeah.
Mood enhancers. Cadbury cream eggs are yummy. Oh, yes. Rottweilers don't have a head full of chocolates at the best of times. Lots missing. See, I'm there. But the Rottweiler fans are going to hate us for saying this. Marley in Falkenberg says, I love Rottweilers. I have 5. They are like teddy bears and snuggle into you when... Yeah. You. They snuggle
Can you imagine?
They snuggle with you. But if Tom came over your wall at 3 o'clock in the morning, there would be a different kind of snuggling going on. I bet. No, that's one thing. Our Dobe doesn't mix with cats, unfortunately. Luckily, I don't know who lives in. I think it's Una that lives in the complex with the no cat sign. I still chuckle when I walk past that every day. Oh dear, poor old Tiger. That was bad. You know, you know when you practice, because you know the car's going to come up the driveway on Sunday, like 4 o'clock from the holiday, and you got hi, and then you got to figure out how you go from hi to don't get a fright when you see the cat. Don't get a fright when you see the cat. I need to tell you something. It's not as bad as it looks. Oh man!
That's like your wife telling you, "I had an accident in the car this morning."
Yeah, it's not bad. No, it's just a scratch. How is Billy? Asks Cheryl. Well, you can hear him in the background. He needs attention. The birds are fine. Thank you very much. The birds are all good. This time of the year, the females normally get very hormonal because it's breeding season. But I've separated them, and that seems to have sorted the hormones out. And so there's no egg laying or any crazy hormonal behavior this year, which is good. Because you think a hormonal Rottweiler is a problem, you try a hormonal ringneck parrot. I would rather deal with a hormonal puff adder than a hormonal parrot. They're off the charts nuts. Why Pretoria? Asked Gunnar.
Why Pretoria?
It's a flippant comment I made about the beautiful women of Pretoria. That's all. I'm just.
How many Miss South Africans have come from Pretoria?
Listen. Let me just put it. Can I put it? My exposure to Pretoria lately has been the Grove Shopping Centre opposite Lyfvilkes Hospital, where everyone who walks past seems to be coming. They seem to be a supermodel. Just beautiful people all over the place and dressed beautifully. And I was surprised by that because, I always thought Pretoria, that's where I'd find moms rocking up to the shops in their stokies or their nightgowns. But on Devon Valley Shopping Centre, on the other hand, I saw two people in their nightgowns just this very morning. One man and one woman, not there together. They were separate. In the space of 10 minutes, I saw two slippers and nightgown shoppers at the Devon Valley Shopping Centre. So I'm not saying
getting milk or bread.
or the booze shop. I don't know. but the thing is, you're not at your best. You're not shining when you're in your slippers and your nightgown, and you see more of that at Devon Valley Shopping Centre than at the Grove in Pretoria. I bet my life on that. So I think the difference is that when I go to Devon Valley Shopping Centre, most of the time I'm also in my old clothes, and so is everyone else. So none of us really look that spectacular, which is why I go there, because I don't feel any pressure. The Grove, I'd want to pluck my eyebrows or something. Beverly Ann Willett says, good day all. Way to go, Greg, says Petra. This makes you do a happy dance. Are we happy for Greg? That's lovely, hey?
Yay.
Una wants me to put the ear tools away. Don't worry, I'm a specialist. The Temu hearing aids are pods for cell phones, not hearing, says Dawn. Brenda Hall says, you're welcome to have a coffee or two or three with me, Tom. I'm not a pretty girl I'm not a pretty girl only in my own way, but I got a personality. Then we will both have company for the day. I'll even feed you lunch. This is sounding good. All I have to do is say I'm not feeling too lacquer, and food and sweets will make me feel better. And then women want to drive to me, drop me off somewhere, feed me. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. Brenda, you never know. The day may come that I decide we're all going to meet. But maybe we should all meet. We should all have some coffee together.
I think
yeah?
Gavin plays at Monte Casino, I think.
Yes, but we need to know when. So it's going to be your job to work out which dates around month end and where, and then we see if we can go.
Yeah.
Margaret Guida says, all the best for your up, Greg. Fantastic news. The pit bulls in our area have a reputation. Says, that's Velterfreden Park pit bulls. Like every second house has a pit bull here. My African grey grabbed my 18-year-old by the nose, seriously teared up, and held him by the nose for 5 seconds, eyeballing one another, had a raw red nose for a while. Belinda, I don't know if you can see this, but on my nose here, this is not really very professional, but on my nose here, you can see a little line. The one day the bird flew at me with claws and beak and just attached itself to my face and then bit my nose and wouldn't let go. Same thing. And you can't push the bird off because it's going to take half your nose with it. So you kind of just look at it for a while and go, calm down, calm. You try and grab the bird, get it off. And this piece of my nose was hanging by a thread like tiger's ear. And I pushed it back on and hoped and really hoped that there were still blood vessels there and it would knit, and it did. Otherwise, I would have an extra large nostril on the left-hand side of my face, I'm telling you.
You'd be breathing clean air.
Yes. Rottweilers are mental, says Dawn. No, man, Rottweilers are cute, says Una. My little Yorkie is a pit bull. I do like Yorkies. Good luck for your up, Greg. That's nice. Well done raising the money you needed. There'll be used to be a big drug dealer walking around Velties in Devon Valley with 2 massive pit bulls. Devon Valley is a place, eh? Devon Valley reminds me, it's like Devon Valley is, Veltevreden Park is one area, and then Devon Valley is a part of Veltevreden Park that reminds me of Springs. I think that's why I feel so at home at Devon Valley. Brenda Hall, you are a stunning girl. Never forget that, says Kim. Yeah. Hi, Tom. How are you all, says Christine. You obviously missed the first 5 minutes when I was whinging. You should have got a cat that looked like Tiger and swapped them. Considered it. I don't have animals either, although I love them. Not allowed in the complex, but easier when I travel. No need for sitters to look after them. Laura says, that's why I live in Pretoria. 2 seconds from the Grove. Yeah. Nobody dresses up for the Devon Valley, silly. Trust a veteran. Devon Valley Pajama Club load-in. Yeah, the Missouri coffee. I reckon we all got to get together in Missouri. Una and I work together in our house on Rugby Road, and then she goes back to Javelin Street. Now, who lives in the complex with the no cat sign? Tom, what's happening with your haircut? Laziness. Lazy to drag myself to 4 ways. Laziness. If people come knocking at my gate now, I will know who to blame, says Una. Man bun, no haircut. Oh, here we go. Tom's there. The dress code at Palm Court is a bit better. Yes, Palm Court, not so many flip-flops. Flip-flops, yeah. Not so many slippers and dressing gowns. Not so many. Every now and then you see it, but not so many.
I think we need to get to that video.
Yeah, I think so. All right. We want to give a chess set away today. It's a handmade chess set made by the one and only Alistair Jameson of Germiston. And Alistair spent, I think he said, 5 days, or many days.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks. My word, that's 20-something days working on this chessboard. Everyone says, let me see the masterpiece. All right, are you ready? Are you ready, Alistair?
I'm ready.
Yeah, Alistair, you need to describe this to us as we run the video. Okay, I'm running the video now. Tell me what we've seen.
Well, what you're looking at is a hand-crafted soapstone chess sets with a slightly pinky one for the black set and a pure white one for the white set on a recovered or repurposed pallet wood chessboard.
Sure.
With a epoxy deck. There we go.
Wow. Well, Veltevreden Park gives you a massive round of applause. That is the chess set, the board and the pieces that will be given away on the show.
And it is very heavy.
Is it?
Because it's a double layer wooden deck.
Proper solid and good quality, that chess set, eh? My goodness, let's just have another sneak peek at it quickly. Look at those. So those are soapstone chess pieces. Where'd they come from?
Yep. I'm thinking Zimbabwe.
Okay, and then the board itself, you made that board and then you epoxied it and you've out of reclaimed material?
All out of reclaimed pallets.
My goodness, that's incredible.
And cut it down, narrowed the boards down, painted the things nicely, got the squares aligned.
Wow. All right. So we were going to flog the thing on the show, and then you said somebody got hold of you and said, well, I'll buy it, but on condition you give it away.
Yeah. On condition I give it away to somebody who can motivate that they really, really like it and they really, really want it because they really, really want to play a decent game of chess.
Well, there's the challenge as you watch the show today. If you would really like that chess set, then as you heard Alistair say, you need to really, really motivate. You need to write a motivation in the comment section. And the nice thing about this is if you're watching the show after the fact and you would like that chess set, or you can think of someone who would like, it doesn't have to be for you. Perhaps perhaps there's a young child that lives on your property that's got a keen interest in chess and you can motivate, say, I reckon that I could give this to, or whatever it might be. Give it a think quickly.
It might be.
Yeah?
It might be to your school, your school chess team.
Yeah.
you could donate it to the local school that your children go to, or something.
Something. So we'll know when we see it in the comment section. And I think we'll leave these comments open until Thursday. So you've got 2 days to think of who you would love to give this chess set to, or if you would like the chess set, give us a good motivation. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, oh, you have to give it to someone who hasn't got any arms or legs because they deserve it. It doesn't have to be like that. Could just be that you've always wanted to play chess and now's the time and this is what would get you in, whatever it might be. Don't feel bad. Just write your motivation into the comment section. We might pick yours. Yeah. You know, could be that.
And then on Thursday we'll announce the winner, or the
yeah, it would be
person who has been chosen.
It would be nice to see a couple come in before the end of the show. We're almost at the end of the show, but know that you got till Thursday, and perhaps you know someone who would really love this chess set. Perhaps you know of someone who would appreciate it. Pop your motivation in the comment section down below this video, and you've got till Thursday to do it. And on Thursday, we'll announce who gets the chess set. How's that?
There we go.
So people love that. Stunning Alistair Jameson, well done. Your chessboard is superb, says Gail. Laura loves it. Awesome chessboard, says Dawn. Well done, Elle, you're a star. Okay, so yeah, write a nice motivation in the comment section. Perhaps we'll pick your motivation, and you or someone you love or know could be the owner of that chess set. In a show, you know what I'd like to do? I'd just like to draw your attention to Ruan. I've shared this on my Facebook page, and I'm going to share it in the feed now, the Back a Buddy campaign. This is a young man who was in an accident and got brain injuries. He's in ICU fighting for his life. And they're running out of money. Pretty soon they're going to have to send him to a public hospital, and that might just be a real problem for this young man. So the family are desperately trying to keep him in private. They've got a Back a Buddy campaign. The reason that I'm putting this in today is that the Jimmy's boss, Jennifer and Jimmy's boss, who has helped the Janssen van Vieren so much and helped us so much with Ginelli's journey, these are very good friends of his. And I thought someone who's done so much for us and for Jennifer, we should at least put something up on screen and say, please, there's this young man who's fighting for his life at the moment. If you could spare a few rands, I'm sure it would be deeply appreciated by the family who are trying to keep him alive at all costs. So I'm going to put that into the comment section now, if I can get this right. I'm just trying to do it on the laptop, and I think I've got it right. I hope so. Otherwise, I'll put it in after the show, all while we're chatting. I'm not sure if I got that right. Yeah, I'm going to leave Weekly Wish out of it today because I'm going to encourage people to go and support this young man. I'm just going to see if I can do that again. Share to copy link and see if we can put it on our page now. So if you see me post again, I have posted once, but I'm not sure if that's the correct link. I think it is. Let me try again. Right? It's not coming up as a page; it's coming up as a link on the feed. But that's the link to the Back a Buddy page for this young man. We'll read out the last couple of messages. See if anybody's motivated us yet to give the chessboard away. We'll do that in just a moment. But before we do, here is Shane Chetty from Suzuki Kyalami.
Hi guys, hope you're well. It's Shane here at Suzuki Kyalami. So guys, when you're buying a car, of course I know you guys want peace of mind. That is exactly why I want to tell you a little bit more about the Suzuki Celerio. So apart from this vehicle's legendary reliability as well as fuel efficiency, I've also now got on the Suzuki Celerio for you guys. It now comes standard with 6 airbags as a standard, a reverse camera in the GL models as a complete standard now, as well as a screen that you guys can see just here, 7-inch infotainment screen just there. In addition to that, I've also now got a 4-year 60,000 kilometer service plan on this vehicle, and included in that is a 5-year 200,000 kilometer warranty. You might have thought that was it. We have also thrown in completely free of charge roadside assistance for the duration of the warranty. All for you. all of this legendary fuel efficiency, safety and reliability can be yours for under 200,000 Rand at your home of happy customers, Suzuki Rivonia and Suzuki Kailami.
There we go. You just go speak to that man over there and he will sort you out. Like any of the sales staff at Suzuki Rivonia or Suzuki Kailami, they really are lovely people. That's why we're very proud to have them as sponsors on the show. All right, so we've been looking at giving this chess set away. Alistair has got a chess set that he handcrafted over weeks and weeks and weeks with these soapstone figurines and epoxied reclaimed wood. You name it. He's done it. And if somebody motivates us enough, they will get that chessboard. Petra says, or a chess player to teach kids. That's nice. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, that. My nephew Logan would love it, says Michelle Fullion. He loves chests. Chests or chests? We need to clarify that.
I'm not even going to allow my mind to take that and go somewhere.
No. Yeah, gee whiz. Well done, El. Looks great. Can someone teach me how to play chess with immediate effect? I need that set, please. He's 14 years old, says Michelle. Michelle, gee whiz. Maybe get him to write something in our comment section here. You never know. It's beautiful, Alistair, says Sally. My daughter and her dad started playing chess after her fiance passed away with cancer. Chess was their game and he taught her. She would really like a nice chess set for always having him. All right. The motivation is going to be hard to decide who gets this, Alistair. A young guy helped in his childhood and I still have regular contact. He's taught himself to play chess. He desperately would love a set. He's from Amati, quite a poor area in Durban. You have really got a problem now because I was going to give it to the 14-year-old and then the next one came and now this one. I'm like, oh no. Now how do you choose?
We are going to have to put names in a hat.
How are you going to choose? Yeah. Okay.
We're going to have to select 4 or 5 and put them in a hat.
Yeah, we got till Thursday. We got till Thursday, and Alistair's job is to work out if there's a comment that motivates him enough. Otherwise, we're putting everyone that says would like it in a hat, and we'll draw a name. And on Thursday, someone will get this fantastic chess set that Alistair's put together for us. Isn't that nice? Okay, we're thinking of Greg Norman on Thursday when he goes in for his op. We're also sending prayers and good wishes to Mrs. Curry, Deirdre Curry, Tanya's mom. I'd also like you to send...
Speaking of you, Tanya.
I'd also like you to send prayers and good wishes to my friend who is fighting for his life in ICU and the many people that you and I might know who are battling their health today. Let's send them good wishes, good vibes, and prayers.
Good vibes.
It's nice to see you looking a bit more happy after a while on your show. I was saying to Alistair before the show started, I was saying, like, Alistair, I had to drag myself in front of this microphone today. But the most amazing thing happens when I switch the lights on and switch the mixing desk on. I can hear myself through the mic, and then I hook up Alistair and hook up all the gear. All of a sudden, I'm like, Dr. Radio. Dr. Broadcasting makes everything feel a bit better. So, I hope that if you join me feeling a bit meh today, that you're feeling a bit better as well. And don't forget...
you're looking a lot better.
Yeah, what have we learned today? There's nothing that a big bar one can't fix. Like, nothing that a bar one can't fix, eh?
Or a flaky, or a
flaky or something really. I'm looking around to see if I've got something chocolatey in front of me. There's a pear, there's a nachi. No one said pears and nachis, eh? Nobody said that. But I've got this Turkish toffee stuff that's very, very sweet that has been sitting on my kitchen counter for the last 3 hours. I don't know how it survived. But I think straight after the show, I'll be moseying on down to my kitchen, and I'm going to devour it. Yeah.
You'll be good.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I think that's it for today. Eh?
That was brilliant.
That
was brilliant.
44 people liked the show, 43 have loved it. One went ha ha. Nobody went wow, nobody cried, and we made nobody angry or sad today, which is very nice to hear. We love the people who press the buttons on the show. If you press the buttons, buy a donkey. Yeah.
I can't afford it.
Yeah,
got to start a bank, buddy.
Grazie. Merci. Thank you. If you haven't
Thank
pressed
you.
the buttons, then I'm lost for words. I don't know what to
We've
say
got a hot
about you.
fountain going now.
We got a heart fountain? Good stuff.
Yep, there's a hot fountain going.
Lekker. All right, cool. All right, well, from
Sweet.
the top of Primrose Hill there, he sits on the top of the hill. He is the highest person in Germiston. Alistair Jameson.
But don't forget to make it a double.
Yeah. And here in Valterfred Park, not far from Devon Valley Shopping Centre, where it's quite accessible to go and buy your groceries in your slip-slops and your dressing gown. But is me, Tom London. I'll be back with you on Thursday. Listen, we'll give Alistair's chessboard away on Thursday. And, we've got Johan Buerta, the life coach, who was on a few weeks back. He's coming to join us again on Thursday. He'll give us a scoop up our backsides. Between him and Viv, we've got no excuses. You can't run and hide. If you want to be dismotivated, Viv for Mark. If you want to be motivated, Johan Buerta. Thursday, Johan joins us on the show. Don't miss out. We will also be giving the chessboard away, and we'll continue having fun with one another. Once again, thank you for joining me. The purpose of the show is to spread kindness and love, and I'm very glad we got to do that today. This show was brought to you by Suzuki Kyalami.